Hello! This is Redstone Geek here, and I am opening my first Minecraft channel, so yay! And, this is going to be my first video on the new YouTube channel, and I am very excited for this. This is probably going to be, like, the most exciting time, like, ever in Minecraft for me. So I thought for my first video, I'd make a giant flashing sign that says first. As you know, it's my first video and all. And, everything has to start, at, like, 1 or, I guess, 0. But this is not going to be 0. This is going to be 1. So, yeah. Everything has to start at some place. So I thought, why not start at 1? So, yeah. So I made this out of redstone and other stuff, as you can see. And so you can turn it on with a push of a button. And the entire sign will light up. You can make it flash. You can make it flash like in a different way, and then you can turn it off. Save electricity, all that good stuff. So flashing will make it. The first flashing will make it actually flash, turn on, and then turn back off. And flashing number 2 will make this. Will make one appear, then the other will appear. So it's like flashing simultaneously. Now, let me also show you this in nighttime, because it looks much more fancy, because it's all dark and it lights up. So let's turn it on. So this is the first. So now let me show you the redstone behind this. So all underneath this, right over here, is if I just go underneath over here. Woo! You see this, which isn't that complicated. It's really based off a C&B design for a combo lock, the RS NOR latch. So it's the RS NOR latch. It's a really good system for doing things like this. He uses it to make a subway train and to make a combo lock. And so this really just uses a repeater and a few torches. So what it does is that there's a repeater behind that block over there, that block right there, that when turned on by the button, it will turn this off, and there's a redstone dot right here that then turns off, which turns this torch on, which powers this, which turns this torch off. I know that's a lot to take in, but that all works like that, and then it goes through this. And this is the whole reset system, because using these repeaters, if you turn the block back on, it will. If you turn that redstone dot back on after it was turned off by the button push, it will reset the whole machine. So those all lead off into their own, systems, which I will show you now. So let me just get out of this hole. Great. So over here, I know this is a giant mess, and I wish I could have made this neater, but this is really what it is. So they all come out of their individual holes over here and over here. And so let's start off with the flashing one number than the other. So this is what is going on here. It is a piston system. And so what's happening is that these repeaters are slowing down the pistons so that they move very slowly. And so now it would say 1, and then it would say 2. So the redstone block is powering these lines, which leads back to this whole number system, which I figured out, which would turn these on if I turn on flashing, or flashing number 2. So now that's happening, and that's using that. See? Okie dokie. So now I use these repeaters here to slow down the system, and that's pretty much how the flashing works. Now what is interesting about this, though, is how I'm able to turn it on and turn it off with the button push, because the button push that pushes that, well, when I push that button, it triggers these, which may just look like sand blocks, but if I dig 2 blocks down, is actually a piston with glass and sand. So when I turn on the button, when I push the button, it makes these pistons retract, which allow the repeater to power the block, which can power the redstone behind it. Now, since glass can't conduct redstone, when the button is off, this piston gets raised with an invert, which is somewhere underground. Actually, it's right here. So the piston will raise, and then the glass will stop it from being powered, so that, turns off the flashing. So if I go push the off button over here, you'll see that those two pistons will go up. And so that's how that works. Now let's go to the next one, which is just the plain old on. And that one's pretty obvious what's happening. That's just, powering this, powering one line, or actually not powering any line, because these are all controlled with redstone torches, so it's not powering anything, which makes all of the redstone torches turn on and light up that. So now, the flashing number 1, which is just it turning off and on, it's pretty simple. It just uses this machine, and again, one of those pistons that I showed you before, to send out a signal. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thank you so much for watching my first YouTube video on my first channel, ever. Redstone Geek here, and I would like to say a geeky goodbye. Bye, blip!